Greetings, listeners, and welcome to the latest installment of the Radio Free Puppets podcast. We took a break from podcasting for a while, but not from creating content. We have been performing monthly at the Buffalo Room ever since the Fringe Festival last July. And new for this year, we've added an adult improv show at the Uptown Arts Bar every second Tuesday of the month. For more information about both shows, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/justpuppets42. In this episode, listen in as Frankie meets Frannie's mother in an episode entitled How I Met Your Mummy. Stay tuned after the show to get a glimpse behind the radio as Liz interviews me about the creation of Radio Free Puppets.
And now, coming to you live from station WPUPP in Kansas City, in the heartland of already great America, Just Puppets Productions proudly presents Radio Free Puppets. It's radio as you've never seen it before. We invite you now to join us for the continuing saga of everyone's favorite newlyweds, the couple every American looks to when setting their squad goals, Fran and Frankie Valenstein, in an adventure called How I Met Your Mummy.
Let's see. We have the food, we have the drinks, we have the sacrifice to Horus.
Stop fretting, my dear. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Oh, Frankie, my mother can be an absolute monster.
If she has a fraction of your charm, my dear, I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Oh.
Perhaps we could pass the time and I could distract you a little bit.
With what, my darling?
Do you remember our wedding night?
Of course I do, Frankie. It was just last week that you proposed, and we couldn't wait a second longer to start a life of wedded bliss. So we eloped and ran off to the most romantic place we could think of.
Ah, yes, the Winchester House in San Jose. The sun, the water, the evil spirits of the dead.
You even shined your bonus.
Well, as fantastic as our wedding was, my darling, I happen to be referencing what happened after.
Oh, Frankie! Coming! Door opening noise!
Francesca, my darling, were you going to leave me outside much longer? It's not warm in these wrappings, you know. I was almost verklempt.
Mwah! Mwah! Mommy, it's so good to see you.
Francesca, there is a mannish type thing in your apartment.
Mommy, this is Frankie Valenstein. Frankie, this is my mommy, Cleo Shelley.
Very pleased to meet you, Mrs. Shelley.
It's actually Ms. now. Oh, Francesca, dear, I'm going by my maiden name.
Oh.
And what is that?
Patra.
Cleopatra?
Of course, you would have known that if you would come home every once in a while. Oh, Francesca, I miss you so. There's no one there to comfort me. Alone in my pyramid, in the darkness, all alone. And all those nice, young, eligible men in Cairo, and I have no one to introduce them to.
Mommy, you know I don't like that type of guy.
And why not?
They're always too wrapped up in themselves. Mommy, we talked about this.
Yes, you need to spread your wings and things, but, dear, I think that you should start seeing someone.
May I take your wrap, Miss Patra?
Not all of it, Francesco. I do need something here. I don't want to unwind.
Mommy, why don't you help me in the kitchen?
Of course, dear. How do you get by without me?
Let's see here. What is this remarkable device? Is that an engraving of a fantastic feline? I think I better clean this off a little bit and see it.
Oh, what does is this new body? I'm so large and green and string! I love string! Oh, I'm bored now. I wonder if there's a glass full of liquid I can knock over somewhere. As we leave Frankie, well, now more than Frankie, to his devices, we listen in the conversation in the kitchen. And he's a handsome young pharaoh, or he was at one point.
Mom!
Well, I'm just saying, he had sisters, so he doesn't mind when women are on their pyramid.
Mommy! Mommy, I don't need you to help me find a man.
I want grand monsters. I'm not getting any younger,
You're over 2,000 years old.
And I look good, too. But that's besides the point. I want to hear the pitter-patter of little claws on the floor. I want to hear the shrieks of joy as the child terrorizes its first village.
Mommy, please. I really need to talk to you about something. Frankie, is the table set?
Huh? Oh, yes, whatever you say, lady. Scratch my ears.
Frankie, we'll play that game later when company is gone.
Scratch my ears.
Frankie!
Boo. I don't like you anymore. Well, Fonzie there sure is affectionate.
Frankie.
Whatever.
Frankie.
Oh, now. Ooh, look. A glass.
Frankie. No, what is wrong with you? Don't knock over that glass. Frankie. Frankly, strawberry vanilla Neapolitan Valenstein. Don't you knock over that.
Oh, you. Your friend is certainly interesting.
He never acts like this. Normally, he's tinkering with something that eventually, explodes.
Frankenfurter, you didn't by any chance find a little gold amulet and say, rub it?
Mommy, what have you done to my Frankie?
I didn't do anything. He shouldn't rub what's not his. What he rubs in private is his own business, but what he rubs in public...
Mommy!
He may be possessed by the cat goddess Bast.
Oh, you do this every time!
Your prom date Dugan had it coming.
Dracula. His name was... that's beside the point! How do we get a cat god out of my head? Out of Frankie.
I decided I like you again. Scratch my ears. Oh, yes! Oh, right there! Oh, right there! Not going to ignore you. I've changed my mind. What? Wait! What is that red dot? I am going to eat it! Glowing dot! I like him like this. He'll do my bidding without any questions. If your father had been like that, we'd still be married.
Mother!
What? I'm just saying.
How do we mix him?
Fix? No! I'm keeping them.
Well, Bast is a cat god, right? What do cats hate?
Water? Window blinds? Not having boxes to sit in? The American justice system. The dichotomy of good and evil?
What? No! I got it!
Oh no, Francesca, I forbid it.
I invite the god Anubis to enter my body!
He better not!
Quiet, Pawn! I need to find some sun and lay in it while I judge pedestrians from my window seat.
God Anubis, I invite you!
Hey, this is weird. Where am I? Oh, hey, Miss Cleo.
Anubis, you get out of my darling Francesca right now!
No. She invited me. Are we having a party? Are we having a ball? Ball. Bass, kitty.
Bad dog! Ow! No, stop that! Oh, stop that! Bad God! Very bad God! No! I hate them!
Hey, come down here and be my friend. I just want you to be my chew toy.
I refuse to be friends with someone who eats what they just threw up. So gross!
Oh, come on. Let's play. Play.
Francois or Bass or whoever the hell you are, I swear to Horace, if you don't get off me right now, I'm gonna throw you in the Nile! Water and dogs! Ugh, this place of existence is terrible. I'm going back to the one with catnip. I'm out of here.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Patra. I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was looking at that fascinating amulet of yours, and the next... Oh, I am so sorry for whatever it is that I've done.
A man who apologizes even when he doesn't know what he's done. I like that. I've trained Francesca well. You're forgiven.
Kitty's gone now.
Oh, what has happened to my Fran?
Well, you got yourself possessed by the cat goddess Bass. So she invited the god Anubis to use her body to chase the cat goddess out of your body. And now it appears he's overstayed his welcome.
She invited me, duh. That means I can stay. Are we having a party? Are we having a ball? Ball.
Anubis, you get out of my baby girl right now!
I love tasting squirt. Is that a leak? Oh, no. That was just a wind. Never mind.
Anubis! I said leave!
Do I get a treat?
You won't get a newspaper on the nose. Will that suffice?
Nope. I think I'll stay.
Bad dog! Bad doggy! Very bad doggy!
Hey, don't be such an ass. She invited me. And by the rules of the multiverse, I can stay.
Listen here, you pompous, presumptuous puppy. Fran is the love of my life, and I will not let you joyride in my beloved. I may seem kind right now, but you cannot imagine the kind of monster I can become. Why, I am the type of person that monsters check for under their bed at night. I was brought to life by the oncoming storm, and if you do not leave her, so help me, you better hope that the pound is all I send you to. If you do not get out of my wife right this instant, I will tear your intangible soul limb from limb.
Bye-bye.
What happened?
Oh, Fran, are you all right?
Oh, Frankie, you're back!
Well, I would never leave you, my darling.
Nor I, my love. Say, I could scratch your ears now.
Oh, only if I get to rub your belly.
Oh!
What? And so comes the end of our eavesdropping on everyone's favorite undead lovebirds. Tune in next time for an episode entitled, Help! My Mummy's a Werewolf. And now, a word from our sponsors. Today's show has been brought to you by Bumfelt Hand Cream.
My piccolo playing hands were so dry and itchy until I started using Bumfelt hand cream. Now they are as soft as a newborn kitten.
Hey, Billy!
Yes, Miss Announcer Lady?
Did you know that Bumfelt has more than just hand cream?
No! What else do they have?
Believe it, Billy! Now introducing Bumfelt Acne Cream. Pop those pesky pimples in just hours to have baby smooth skin.
Wow, that's amazing! After just 1 news. My skin is clear and smooth as a newborn baby. I love my bum felt.
You heard it here, folks. Billy loves his bum felt, and you will too. Available wherever quality health and beauty products are sold.
All right, we're recording.
Okay, so please introduce yourself and who you are in the realm of Radio Free Puppets.
Well, I am Justin Howe, and I am the creator and founder of Radio Free Puppets and Just Puppets Productions.
Okay, so how did you get the idea for Just Puppets and Radio Free Puppets?
Well, puppets have been an interest of mine since I was a tiny kid watching Sesame Street, and I just decided to, I don't know, it could be a midlife crisis, but I decided to start building puppets and inviting friends to come along, and luckily I have lots of friends that help me out with it.
Okay, so who is your favorite character to play and or write?
I think my favorite character to play would be Frankie. You actually write him magnificently, so I leave that up to you. I think the most fun to write for me so far has been Dick Meteor, actually. So
You like Dick?
I do like Dick. Meteor, Intergalactic Private Eye.
What draws you to that character?
It's another childhood love of mine is those kind of hard-boiled detective characters that are kind of cartoony as well. So like Dick Tracy is a great example where he was just a very straight character, but he had all this zaniness around him, and I just love that.
What made you want to take that first step into creating Radio Free Puppets and Just Puppets Productions?
That's a good one. I guess
Thank you.
Radio Free Puppets came from I love old-time radio shows, and in this modern age of podcasts, it's a great way to play with that. And adding puppets to it, having a visual element to it, was something so that we could perform it in front of a live audience and be different than any other podcast that's out there.
You said you like old-time radio shows. Did you listen to any growing up?
Of course. I listened to The Shadow. I listened to the, Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. I listened to Dick Tracy. So definitely.
What was your favorite old-time radio show growing up?
It's probably a tie between The Shadow and I also like the old Superman shows as well.
So you were interested in superheroes?
Yes, of course, yeah.
So are you planning on creating a superhero for Radio Free Puppets?
Yes, I feel like that's a gotcha question. Good job.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
I did my very best.
Yes, we are planning superheroes.
Can you give us a little hint as to the superhero that is coming up?
They will have powers.
What kind of powers?
They will save the day, and you'll have to come to see the show to find out. Okay,
well, where can we come to see this show?
Radio Free Puppets is starting in March, the fourth Friday of every month at the Buffalo Room at 817 Westport Road.
But what about January and February?
So
March is a long way away.
It is a long way away. So the February show will be the fourth Tuesday of the month, so it's February 27th at the Buffalo Room at 7:30.
And you have some special guests in that show, yes?
I do. Jamie Campbell, comedian and professional idiot, will be there. And he will, that's from his website, don't give me that look. He will be there, and he will also be giving us a 10-minute preview of his show, The Wolf on the Wall, or The Time I Got Kidnapped. So it's very cool. He will be taking that on a national tour the very next day after doing our show.
And Jamie Campbell has guest starred for you before, correct?
He has. In the Halloween episode, he played Whackula, which was a character I developed out of one of his stand-up bits.
Why don't you give us a rundown of what happened at Halloween?
What?
Well, it's going to be on the podcast, isn't
it? It
this
will.
This will be a teaser preview of what happens at Halloween, so you all should pay attention.
What? I think I'm cutting that because they need to listen to the podcast.
Yes, listen to the podcast.
Why spoil it? Spoiler alert. All right, I think that's good for me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. For updates on performances, please like and follow the Just Puppets page on Facebook at facebook.com/justpuppets42 or visit radiofreepuppets.com. Radio Free Puppets is brought to you by Just Puppets Productions. Casey Ahrens played the announcer and Cleo. Megan Kroger played Bast. Leland Mosby played Anubis. Elizabeth Bird played Frannie Valenstein. And Justin Howe played Frankie Valenstein. This episode was written by Elizabeth Bird. The Radio Free Puppets theme song was composed and performed by Christopher Kazilla Jr. Radio Free Puppets was conceived and produced by Justin Howe. Hey, that's me! I made a thing! And remember, folks, in a world full of puppets, keep your hands up. So long, we'll see you on the radio.